Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy V. As you can see, we finally made our way to the Windshrine after banding together with pirates. We had the pirate captain Ferris, or Faris, however you pronounce it, on our team. Princess Lena! What in the world is going on? The wind suddenly stopped and monsters came rushing into the shrine. Oh, that's never a good thing. What about Father? We haven't heard from King Tycoon yet. He's at the top floor, huh? I would imagine so. It wouldn't be much of a game if something didn't happen. Just show up there and be like, oh, I was just tidying up the place. You realize how much dust accumulates in this place when nobody shows up in years or however long it's been? And Ferris seems to be concerned. The crystal room is on the top floor. Let's go! It's like, hurry, we must hurry. Farce. Really long pause. Thanks! Just nod. I'm like, of course. Ready? And let's see. Why do I can't talk right. King Tycoon. It's not a tongue twister. Why am I having so much difficulty with that? Wind crystal was being controlled by a machine. And it stopped responding to their commands. Ooh. Hey, we can heal whenever we want. And we have some potions. Those will come in handy. Maybe. There are no encounters on this floor, but once we start going up, we'll start fighting battles. So let's go and see if we can save the king. Ooh, we got a battle. A white snake. Looks like Faris is our first attacker. He's got the fastest agility, or the highest agility, I should say. There's a treasure chest over there. Black goblins. And we got the preemptive attack, which means we go first. Their ATB gauge is starts off at the lowest, while ours starts out maxed when we have a preemptive attack. When we're in a back attack, the enemy's gauge that you can't see will be maxed out. Like so, we're attacked from behind. I'll leave some of these battles in, but I'll probably start editing them out later on in this video. Just because random battles get repetitive after a while, and especially if it's the same thing, and all we're doing is just doing the fight command. You know, we don't have any special abilities or anything at this point. Bart's and Ferris leveled up, and we got leather shoes. I did my equipment adjustments off screen, by the way, between the videos. Got a save point. And let's see, where's my, there we go. I'm still not used to the controls for this game. I'll just do this slot here. Not that much has changed, but you never know. So let's see, crap, which way do I want to go? Man, it's been a while since I played. Okay, yep, I chose correctly. A leather helmet. Nothing over here. Let's see, does anyone need that? Lena's good. Galoof, you got the helmet. Alright. Ferris can equip that. Who needs shoes? I guess I'll just give those to Bart's. We could always use a boost to our defense. Back the way we came. I want to say that there's a hidden item somewhere down the lower sections of the area, but I really don't remember for sure. Another white snake. They die so quickly, it's probably not even worth editing out that. But when we start getting into the bigger battles, it might be worth our time to save time by chopping a few little details out. Let's see, oh look at this! I can see myself through the wall. Instead of walking the whole distance around, I can just do that and save myself some trouble. I'll broadsword. Okay, somebody's gotta have that. Everybody can equip everything at this point in the game, by the way. You know what? I'm gonna give the sword to Lena just because she's a little bit faster than Galuf. Or Galuf, or however you pronounce it. Why can't these games come with, like, pronunciation guides? You know, the pre-voice acting days of RPGs. Why couldn't they have, like, you know, just say in, like, the booklet that comes with it, you know, this is how you say this name, you know, Galuf. You know, it's Lena, not Lena. You know, it's Bart's, not Butts. Something like that. Ferris, or Faris, not Ferris. And that looks like a nasty customer there. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in that room over there. Ooh. Stand guard? Okay. That's weird. Alright, we have the first boss of the game. The Wing Raptor. So all we can really do is just fight, so let's just wail away at him with sword attacks. Yeah, it's a nice battle theme. It's not one of my favorites in the series, but uh-oh. Alright, when it does that, you do not want to hit it or else it'll counterattack. Just like many other first bosses in the Final Fantasy series, like the Mist Dragon or the Guard Scorpion or Welk. Yeah. Ah, Breathwing. And it's dead. Victory! That was simple enough. And we got a Phoenix down. Alright, we plucked one of its feathers. Let's hurry on up before we get into any more battles. Alright, there's gotta be a secret treasure somewhere around here. Oops. Manny Wizard. That's odd. And we've already seen the white snakes. Yeah, the enemies here are pretty basic. Just... Yep. Lena and Galuf leveled up. Stats don't really level up like... Well, we'll get into the, there we go. I knew there had to be a treasure chest somewhere in the side, off to the side somewhere. Black goblins and white snakes. Nothing special, but the battle is so fast that, you know, why even cut it? And a staff, which we really don't have any use for right now. Alright, I want to use the door. And this is the Wind Crystal room. We can finally get some answers. Oh no, it's already broken. The crystal! It shattered! And things are flashing. Huh? We're going across the world. There's another kingdom there. We have a crystal here. This one's still okay, and ooh, something just shot right out of it. Went right to Ferris. The Spirit of Fire, Courage. It's got one of the Triforces. There's a tower there. Oh. We got the prelude playing here. This is very nice music. Kindness, huh? Okay, Lena's water. Ferris's fire. This one must be Earth, because by process of elimination. And playing this game before. And Galuf gets the Spirit of Earth, which is Hope. That's interesting. You know, he seemed like the most hopeless of all the party members, but I'll take it. And of course, this spot here for the Wind Crystal goes to Bart's. And it's Pursuit. That's nice. So who gets Heart? I want to summon Captain Planet. Surely he can save the world. He can restore the wind to its proper glory. What in the world? It feels warm. The crystal's spirits? We have all been chosen as the heroes. Lena. It's the King Tycoon! Father! And for some reason, Faris is surprised. Listen well, you are the chosen warriors, the four who hold the spirits. Father, what do you mean? The wooden crystal has shattered, and it seems as though the other three crystals will as well. You must protect them. An evil spirit is about to return. One that will plunge all into darkness. Spooky. And why are you floating and glowing and... Father! And he's gone. Looked like something got him. Go, chosen warriors, protect the crystals. Father! No! Don't leave me alone with these guys. I'm the only girl in this party. What are these? Pieces of the crystal. Oop, here we go. And Ferris got left out. We got the power. We're getting job classes. Knight and Black Belt. Blue Mage and Thief. Black Mage and White Mage. And now the game is finally going to become a lot more interesting. The pieces of the crystal are lending us their power. We need to get out of here. Yep, good idea, Goof. Poor Lena. Your dad disappeared in some purpley, flamey aura kind of thing. Should be a warp. Okay, let's take that warp. Alrighty, but first... Well, nah, we'll warp out first. I'll demonstrate the job class stuff when we're outside. Or actually, they're gonna give us an explanation, aren't they? Yep, we got the main theme going. I'll just let this thing explain it because I think they might... I'll throw in some comments along the way. Sure, let's explain it for all the newbies out there. And the Boko opens up the Final Fantasy V instruction manual. The warriors chosen by the crystals gain the powers of the ancient heroes that rest within them. They are granted jobs. There you go up to job, you click that, and you have this whole list of all the abilities you can, job classes you can equip at this point. You gain, as you do battle, you acquire AP, ability points, and those level up the job classes, which give you those abilities. You get all these. This is obviously just the sample there. You don't start with all this stuff. And you could basically essentially combine aspects of other job classes with your current equipped job. So you could have like a knight, you level up the white mage job class a couple ranks, and then turn, say, Bartz into a knight. You could give him a secondary ability that'll give him the ability to cast white magic up to the level that you reached in white magic, in the white mage job class, I should say. You can't just give a person white, after learning level 1 white magic, expect them to be able to cast every spell you find in the game. Every spell, well, every magic caster has 3 spells per level. Like, white mage would have like Cure and a couple others. Cure would be level 1, but if you were to find Cure 2 or Cura, it's probably going to be called Cure 2 in this game, in this translation. If you get to that point, you can't cast Cura with just level 1 white magic ability if you give that to someone else, if they haven't learned like beyond that. But if you're a white mage job class, you can cast all the spells that you have access to. If that I hope that made sense anyway. And you automatically get equipped with your optimal equipment when you switch job classes, and there's no nothing you have to really buy into or pay into to do all this switching, like in Final Fantasy 3 where you had these. I don't know, I didn't. That's like one of the only Final Fantasies that before 10 I had never actually finished. It got really slow on the DS. The load time, just everything took forever, so I never really had the patience to finish it. But basically, there aren't any like penalties or anything for changing job classes. Frequently, you could go up to a boss. A certain boss has a certain weakness. You can adjust, rearrange your job classes right before the battle, without it costing you anything seriously. I mean, your HP and MP may fluctuate a bit because each job class has different stats. You have the monk or the black belt in this game, in this translation. He's got really high HP. I think it's the highest HP of all the job classes in the game, and really high attack power. But I think he's a little slower, and his defense is fairly low because he doesn't wear heavy armor or anything like that. Your stats will fluctuate depending on which job class you pick. The mages tend to have the least defense, so you usually want to put them in the back row. That's where the rows really come in handy. You put your casters in the back, and and there's other job classes that work best in the back row as well. We'll get to those when we get to them. You can make a black mage that could jump, though I don't know why you would. Or a knight that can use white magic, like I was just saying. It's like a paladin, sort of, kind of like Cecil, Final Fantasy IV. Alright, now they're basically just demonstrating exactly what I just said, so let's just watch and see what they do. First, Bartz becomes a white mage, like so, and Boko is surprised. You gain ABP is what they're calling him in this game, in this translation. Eventually learn the ability white. Then you change to knight and select white in the ability menu. You have a knight that uses white magic. Not particularly strong white magic, depending on the level. But yeah, it's just a level 1 ability, so you can only cast Cure and the other spells. And I don't have all that nice equipment for this point in the game yet. And that concludes the tutorial. Thanks a lot, Boko. It's been a help. I'm assuming you're Boko. I don't know any other chocobos. So then, let's figure out what to change our jobs to. I haven't really thought this far ahead, but I will say that we will not be seeing normal mode anymore until possibly at all, but I might switch back for like the final battles, because every time you master a different job class, the base stat increases automatically go into the normal form, which is how you power up. Basically, normal is the ultimate form. It's the alpha and the omega. It's what you start with, and it's what you potentially end with as well. It's master all these job classes, and this becomes a powerhouse. You get the abilities. I mean, you can already equip just about everything. I think the only exception is the ribbon. To be immune to all status ailments. I think you have to actually max out one of the other job classes to get that ability for normal, but everything else is equipable. But say you get the ninja job class, just because that's the best example I can think of. You get it up to a certain point, and you can wield a weapon in both hands when you're in normal mode, and that's pretty awesome if you don't care about having a shield. So yeah, let's see. What should I do? That's a good question. What I generally do, and I guess this is more common than I originally thought. I thought, when I first started playing the game, I thought I was so clever. Is what I usually do when I first start off is I turn all of my party members into monks at the beginning until we get the Bear Fist ability, which basically gives you the monk's attack power when you're unequipped. And then I start working on mages and whatnot so that they can still physically attack. So I usually just, you know, in the early stages of the game, I usually leave my attackers, everybody in the front row, and just you can physically attack your way through a lot of the early stuff in this game. So for now, I'm just gonna have everyone as monks until they get to level, I think it's level 2. And then, well, I'm gonna go back in here and recover before I do anything else. So I'm not... Because once everyone has Bare Fist, it makes a lot of regular battles a lot easier, just when you're not too dependent on using magic to get through it or anything like that. And it doesn't take quite that long to power up. But, you know, since you know, we just did the well, I guess I can go... Let's do a demonstration battle with the... You know, just to show off the monk job class thing. I guess I could just do a quick sample of every battle thing. Like I'll demonstrate all the different job classes. You have the kick ability, like with Young from Final Fantasy IV. So yeah, you got 1 ability point for that. So I'm gonna let's show off some of these other things. We got Knight. You automatically level up with the level up. You automatically equip with your best stuff for that. There, Lena. Let's show him the thief. You know, and on the menu, it shows what you can equip next to the EQP right underneath your character profile picture. So, you know, White Mage can only equip staves, which is one of the reasons why I like giving them Bare Fist. And Faris, I guess I'm gonna make you a Blue Mage. Alrighty. So let's see if I can find a... Actually, I'm gonna go find a Goblin and demonstrate something with the Blue Mage. What makes them special. Real quick. Because you can learn Blue Mages are like Strago from Final Fantasy VI. You basically have the ability to learn enemy skills. So I'm gonna just... Let's see if we can get Lena to steal. Oop, she stole a potion. Nice. We got the blue magic spells. And we have nothing. We don't have any magic yet. I didn't buy any in Tool yet. So basically I'm waiting for Goblin Punch to hit Faris before I can demonstrate anything else, and I'm trying to think, can I switch? I don't think I could skip turn. Oop, that's the pause button. So just, you know, waiting for Goblin. Alright, there we go. Let's finish these guys off. And we learn Goblin Punch. So essentially, you know, Faris learns, you know, blue magic from being hit by the attacks. And since we're here, and since we have Lena as a thief, we can actually see the secret passages. Alright, this enemy has another blue magic spell that I'm hoping that they'll hit Faris with. I'm gonna bring her down to 1 just to... I don't know if that'll change the likelihood of it using that attack or not, but... Yeah, I guess I'll just have everybody defend in the meanwhile. But yeah... I watched the H.C. Bailey's, the first like 5 or 6 episodes of H.C. Bailey's Final Fantasy V run before I realized that it was going to likely influence a lot of my run, so I stopped watching it. But I did find out something I wasn't quite aware of, that this enemy has a blue magic spell for your blue mage. And it doesn't matter which, well, he's supposed to anyway. He doesn't seem to want to cast it. Get everybody to do defense. At this rate, I'm not going to be able to survive. Could you stop? I want you to cast your magic. I know you have it. That's not it. And even then, there's a chance he's not even going to hit Ferris. No! Bad. Not cool. Alrighty, well. And they leveled up. That's very nice though. I'll take those elixirs. But yeah, that since Lena's a thief, that path is visible. All the hidden passages can be seen if you have a thief in your party, or the ability to find passages equipped. But I'm gonna go back down to the Water of Life jar at the bottom. So I'll meet you guys back there. Princess Lena, the power of the wind continues to weaken. Yeah, these guys say something different things now that you found the king, and then he subsequently disappeared. But Warris and Karnak have crystals as well. I believe those are water and fire. Not quite sure where the earth crystal is, or who has that. I already healed. Okay, I'm gonna head back over. I'll meet you guys back at the battle in which I actually get the arrow spell from those whatchamacallit guys. Alright, what I'm going to do, since I'm having difficulties getting the right job class to, or the right character to be targeted by the arrow spell, I'm going to turn everybody into blue mages. Because that's a surefire way to get what I'm after. Alrighty, one more battle should do the trick then. Let's see. Ah, crap, it had to be a back attack. Well, as long as the character that gets hit by the wind spell survives. I'm not even 100% sure if that matters. Alrighty. Alright. Throw out your wing attack. Your wind attack. Oh, I didn't want wrong direction. Alright, let's get back in the back row. But yeah, I guess. And Lena's down. Let's see if killing him will make sure we have the Goblin Punch. Boom. Alright, did we learn it? And we learned Arrow. Alright. We got some levels. And Ferris gained the first blue mage level up. That's our first level up of a job class in this playthrough. The Observe, I guess that's kind of like Peep for the scan spell. So, alright. Well, I think this served as a pretty decent tutorial for how to use the job system in this game. Alright, let's see. Well, I guess for now I'll just put Bart's back as a knight since he's pretty much got that almost leveled up. Can't change fallen characters' rank, and since I'm, I can just come back in here and do some healing. I don't really want to do any I don't want to use any of my Phoenix Downs yet. Let's see, Ferris, do I want to leave you as a blue mage for now? Or do I want you to start working on maybe black magic? And I'll turn Ferris into a monk as well, and so why not demonstrate the passing of abilities? Yeah, sure. Since I have an ability to give Ferris. So I'm gonna go and use the warp from the crystal room to get back to the entrance and then use the recovery pot to restore myself, but I will do that off camera because this has been going on long enough. Plenty of wandering around trying to get that guy to cast the arrow spell. That was just a tiring experience, to be sure. So, next time on Let's Play Final Fantasy V, we will be going back to Tool, because there's a good chance that, Zach, the guy that Lena knows, should be home by now. At least one would think. It's been long enough. He should have been able to get back from the store or wherever he went. So we'll go and talk to him, and maybe we'll see what comes of that. So, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you next time.